Ramakrishna, Paramahamsa, and Ramana Maharshi are two Indian mystics who preached the philosophy of Advaita Vedanta. Advaita Vedanta is a type of Hinduism. People who believe in Advaita believe that their soul is never really different from God. This is a very different idea from some other religions where we are told we are separate from God and need to go to Him. In Advaita, the idea is that people never really were separate from God, but their ignorance made them see it that way. No, all Hindus believe in Advaita Vedanta. Many others believe there is a difference between a person's soul and God. Just like in many other religions, when you read, always remember on the path to the truth that words often mislead people. Words act as a pointer only. It doesn't describe the truth, especially when it comes to defining the self and Jivan Mukta, liberated. Ramakrishna was born in a poor but pious Brahmin family. Ramana was also born in a Hindu Brahmin family. Since childhood, Ramakrishna experienced trances, visions, and spiritual ecstasy of God. From his 10th year on of his life, the trances became common, and by the final years of his life, Ramakrishna's samadhi periods occurred almost daily. Early on, these experiences have been interpreted as epileptic seizures and interpretation, which was rejected by Ramakrishna himself. Ramana never had any visions or ecstasy but had a death experience of his body when he was about 17. According to him, he started the process of self inquiry, what culminated within a few minutes in his own permanent awakening. He could no longer feel that the body was his own, with that the world also seemed an illusion. He realized that he is not the body. When the body dies, he doesn't die. He was never born or died because he is the eternal spirit. Ramakrishna was devoted to God and worshipped wholeheartedly. He was appointed as a priest. He would spend all his time contemplating God and worshipping God. He adopted various teaching practices and was under the guidance of several gurus over the years. It was finally his guru Totapuri who taught him Advaita completely and he received enlightenment awakening. Ramana never had any guru. He, however, felt attracted to Arunachala mountains since a child and went there after the experience of not the body idea. He left his home and worldly life when he was 17 and spent his remaining years of life in the mountain's cave. Both became liberated, but their means of liberation was different, so their teachings. Ramana asked his followers to perform self inquiry, and also silence was the best teaching. He would ask his followers to quit the mind and hold the I thought. He never asked anyone to do yoga or any spiritual practice except at the beginning. The breathing practice when it comes to silencing the mind. When you read his teachings, you will find he is always against the body. He always rejects any practice, yoga as he says, body is transient. Don't perfect the body, it won't be. Instead, get rid of the I am the body idea and realize true self. Whereas Ramakrishna was skilled with words and had an extraordinary style of preaching and instructing, which may have helped convey his ideas to even the most skeptical temple visitors. He would ask his followers to follow certain disciplines, yoga, meditations, and bhakti. He was very charismatic guru. He would relate stories and parables. His teachings can be read through Ramakrishna's disciple Swami Vivekananda's teaching. According to traditional accounts, before his death, Ramakrishna transferred his spiritual powers to Vivekananda. Vivekananda was a kind of frontier to Ramakrishna's teaching. Ramana had no disciples but followers who were also his devotees. His teachings, words, actions have been written by various foreign followers who visited him. We can't argue about who is teaching is right or better. After all, we all want a spiritual teaching practice support to follow in life. But of their teachings are perfect in order to find the truth. It is only the matter of disciple who has to digest, understand their words, teachings. One will find Ramana's teaching of self-inquiry and contemplating on I am easy and effective as for. Others will find the way of discipline and bhakti as effective. It is the matter of how spiritually inclined you are or what suits you at the moment. But remember that the teachings are pointing to the same truth or state of Turiya. All the stages of yoga are beneficial to the seeker. I have always found that every enlightened being will always preach the teaching which brought him enlightenment, however different or absurd it may seem to a follower, be it Kabir and his poems, Nisargadatta with his bold statements about the Absolute, Vivekananda with his Spartan teachings, and Ramana Maharshi with his quit attitude. It is always the problem, responsibility of disciple to select the teaching suitable for him. Nisargadatta's words have got into the depth of my mind after reading all the teachings of Vivekananda. Thanks for watching. Bye.